I mean, meet Muhammad Ali and Stevie Wonder and just people, and Dick Clark, and I'm like, these were people that I grew up watching on TV, and to actually be in the room with them and in the studio with them, it was like, for me, a dream come true. Like, these are not moments you think that you would ever have in life, and to actually be there and experience it, it was like, wow, this could actually happen to a little black girl, you know?
Yes.
So these were just great experiences, and I'm like, I grew up in the projects in Detroit, and people would never think that you can make it from there to here.
Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Makeup by Cat to be exact, and I'm back with another video, so let's get into it. So I know on my channel I have a lot of makeup tutorials and vlogs, but today's video I wanted it to be a little different. As I am a professional makeup artist, I do want to give you guys a little bit of insight whenever I can, and I also want to take advantage of just some of the beautiful people I have in my life that are also within my field. I wanted to take today as an opportunity to interview my amazing mentor. Today you guys are going to be able to have the chance to get some really good information out of my mentor. For anybody that is in the beauty industry looking to grow, anybody that is just now, wanting to venture off into the beauty industry, a makeup lover or a hair lover, whether you've been doing hair or makeup for years or not, I definitely feel like there's a lot of value in the information that's going to be given in today's video. So definitely make sure you stay tuned, check it out, sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and just listen. Hey y'all, so I'm here today with Miss Shereese Slate, and today we're just gonna do a discussion / interview. Y'all are gonna get to know her a little bit more, and we're gonna deep dive into the whole discussion on why I feel like mentorship is so very important. So Miss Shereese Slate has been a hairstylist and a makeup artist in the beauty industry here for how long?
Really too?
Let me say longer than I've been alive. Longer than I've been alive.
For about 30 plus years.
30 plus years. So you can imagine the level of experience and expertise that she has within both crafts are out of this world. So she has watched different trends happen. She's been in the industry and just seen a lot. So I'm really excited to get to dig in here with her. But she has been in from hair and makeup, from TV and film to editorial to beauty makeup to what else? What have you done that I don't know about?
I've done Fashion Week.
Fashion, because that is it. And mind you, these are all different lanes of the beauty industry, and they all are very, very different. And a lot of times people pick just one lane, but to navigate all of them like that, and we're gonna figure out, just where to get started if you were a makeup lover or a hair lover, or just wanting to kind of get into the industry and just don't know where to kind of start, or even who to talk to. This is your girl. So I'm gonna have all of her information down in the description. I do also want anybody, whether you're in the DFW area or not, definitely check her out. Check out her Instagram. She has a mentorship program for hairstylists and makeup artists. So if you're actually interested in seriously taking that next step, definitely check out that mentorship program. I'm actually one of her mentees, and I'm in the program, and trust me, you're gonna learn so much. From hair to makeup, there's so much value in the program. So let's kind of get started, y'all. I'm gonna have Miss Shereese go ahead and tell you a little bit about herself and just where she's from, a little introduction.
So of course you guys already know my name is Shereese Slate. I'm originally from the Motor City, from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Very proud of my hometown, the hair capital of the world.
Okay.
It is truly the hair capital of the world, I must say so.
It's a lot of hairstyles out there?
Oh my gosh.
It's
not just the amount of hairstylists, it's what we do. I've been a platform artist. I've worked with different hair care companies. So I've got a chance to travel around before I got with any entertainers to do some of the latest hairstyles and trends with other hairstylists, and they do hair differently in different states, from Baltimore to DC, which they can slam some hair to just all over the country, and you see the different styles that they do in different cities per region. They do hair very differently, And, you know, I'm going to brag on my city just because I know how we get down. I just got to say it. Detroit puts it down. They just do. I just got to tell it.
Now, I need to go look.
I mean, they do. They just do. Now, I love Texas, too. You know, I live in Texas, and I love Texas. But, you know, I'm just telling you.
They mad up there?
Oh, Detroit's, you know, they not called the hair capital for no reason.
I learned something new today. I didn't know it was the hair capital.
It is truly the hair capital of the world. Some of your baddest hairstylists, some of your biggest techniques and styles have come from Detroit.
Oh, like just because you realize, oh, that's so cool.
Yes. I've been in the industry for over 30 years. I had a couple of salons for about 11 years. I've done platform work. I went into the entertainment industry, started from Detroit, then I moved to New Jersey. There's where I met a guy by the name of Jeff Christie, who introduced me to Ashanti.
Oh, come on.
And I went, you know, started working with Ashanti, and from there started doing it Sierra, and went on to do several other different celebrities. I had a chance to work with quite a few different people. Work on a number of different music videos. I always forget when it comes to talking about
you
people.
do
Foxy Brown, Star Jones. Who have I worked with?
Everybody, just know it's long. Everybody.
Wanda Adams, Fred Hammond, Lisa Page. Did Monica for Sierra's video.
Oh, come on, Monica.
She is such a sweetheart.
She seemed like I ain't never met her day in my life, but she seemed like she would be real sweet.
Yeah. I worked on Christina Aguilera's video. She was amazing. I absolutely adore her.
That's who got the pipes.
Oh my gosh, she's one of my favorite artists of all times. Oh gosh, Holly Robinson Pete, Snoop. I got a funny Snoop story, but I won't tell you right now. It's just a list of people that I've been blessed. I've had a great career. If it ended tomorrow, I can say I've been truly blessed. Hope it don't, but
yeah, by His grace, yes.
Yeah, but I've had a great career. So, had a chance to travel all over the world. I'm on my second passport.
Ooh, not number 2.
Yeah.
That's who getting the stamps in her passport for real.
Yeah. I'm halfway through my second passport. So I'm very blessed.
Yes, I love that.
And, you know, I believe that you should make check boxes on your list of goals. So I've checked off a lot of boxes in my career, and I talk to my mentees about making lists of things that you want. Set your goals high, shoot for the stars, and you might just get one. So go after what you want, but you got to be hungry. You got to be willing to do what others don't, to have what others won't.
Yep, that's true. Okay, so our question is, what is a piece of advice you would give to any hair or makeup artist wanting to make their way into, I have TV and film industry on here, but just in the industry in general?
You have to be so hungry for what you want that you can taste it. You have to wake up every morning driven, believing that it's possible for you. If you want something bad enough, you have to be willing to do what others won't do to have what others won't have. You have to go after it with the passion every single day, believing that it's possible for you. I mean, when I was on my drive to get what I wanted, I didn't let nothing and nobody stop me. I was like, oh, it's for me. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do whatever it takes legally now. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, let's say that.
Nothing illegal, okay? Nothing.
We not.
Nothing, okay?
No, for real. I'm not doing nothing illegal. Nothing illegal. You can't have none of no cars. You can't do nothing.
But going after my dreams is the biggest high of my life, okay? Outside loving my family. But when I want something, I go after it with a vengeance. I don't let anything stop me. I set my goals high. I make my checklist, and I start checking things off every single day. Every morning, I make a list, and I set the things I'm going to do every day that's going to drive me towards my goal every single day. And I work on it every day. And I'm like, what did you do today that's going to drive you towards your goal for tomorrow? And every day I work towards it. Every single day. It's like when you're running, you set a plan, you're like, what can I do today to get closer to it? Okay, I got a little closer to it today. What am I going to do tomorrow? what am I going to do the next day? And you keep, it's like stepping up another step every single day until you get there. And when you get there, you can reward yourself. But you got to do something every single day. Go to hair shows if it's for hair, or makeup shows. Go to these different events. Jump in somebody's DM. See if they'll help you. You have not because you ask not. But if you want it, you go for it. I remember when I wanted to work with entertainers, and I'll tell you guys a quick story. One of my girlfriends who her husband played in the NFL, she was actually a client. We became friends. She was coming to my salon in Detroit. And my birthday is July 10th, hers was July 9th. We decided to go to a concert together. She was from Brooklyn, New York. And we went to this concert, and while we were going, she happened to see one of her friends from New York. He was crossing the street, and he just so happened to be the road manager for Puffy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity for me to meet someone who would help me to get in the industry. And so he said, why don't you come to the hotel, and after the concert, we can hook up and talk. I was like, okay. So I wasn't even thinking about that concert, right? So we go to the hotel. After the concert, we exchange numbers. Bro, I was not thinking about that concert. All I can think about is this is an opportunity for me to get closer to my dream. So we get to the hotel. We exchange numbers. He said to give him a call. I call him. He blows me off. I call him again. He blows me off. I call him for 2 years. Okay? 2 years. Finally, he says, okay, I'm going to give you a shot. But I called him for 2 years.
Persistent. Wait, Puffy?
No, the guy,
the
road manager for Puffy.
Oh, wow.
So I called him for 2 years.
That consistent. And persistent.
And persistent, because I wanted it that bad. Finally, he says, I'm going to give you a shot. I flew out to New York, and I went and did this group. And this group was called Intro. And so the director, when I first went out there, they said, I remember going on set, and set life and the TV and film and entertainment industry is so different from the beauty salon. Whole different world, okay? So the director said, called for a stylist. I go running out there. He said, I didn't say hair, I said stylist. I was so embarrassed. I was like, uh-oh, I'm in a whole nother lane.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I need to go home and learn this industry. Mm-hmm. So when you get into another lane, you either love it or hate it. I fell on the love it side. I was like, I'm bit by this bug. I don't smoke, I don't drink, or I do drugs. But this is a high like no other. And I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Okay?
You just know.
I knew.
You went married to the game.
Oh, girl.
I was married to the game.
I was married to the game, okay? So I was like, I am going to do this. So, the director ended up loving my work and wanted me to come back. So I was like, okay, I got to do this. So I was like, I'm going to learn everything about this industry. And I did.
Period.
Yeah. And then from there, he told me to come over. He said, you know what, I know this young girl. She hasn't had her hair done before. She's never had a haircut. Why don't you I'm going to bring her over. Why don't you come over? And let's see what's going to happen. He brought her over. I ended up doing her haircut. And her hairstyle, she ended up loving it. And that girl ended up being Ashanti.
That is crazy. She said she never got her hair done before.
Yeah,
that
and
is
so
crazy.
I gave her first haircut and very first professional hairstyle. And that's how I ended up doing Ashanti's hair and becoming her personal hairstylist.
Oh, that is so dope. Yeah. That is so cool. And y'all, she got stories for days.
I got stories
literally
for
days. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool.
And if you don't invest in your career, you can't expect to get a return on your investment. So I invest in my career every week. So,
Like, do y'all hear that? Wait, I want y'all.
Invest in your career. That's my favorite line.
Because if Miss Shereese Slate, who has been in the industry as long as she has, with as much experience as she has, for her to sit here and say that she's still investing in her career, what makes some of y'all feel like y'all don't need to? If you really hungry, you really want it, like you're gonna do what it takes, and it starts with that. Like we talk about it all the time.
It amazes me for people who say they want it, but they don't want to do what it takes to get it. And they'll come to me and say, "Hey, I want it." They'll raise their hand. I'm asking questions. Who wants to be a celebrity hairstylist? Who wants to work in TV and film? Who wants to work with celebrities? And they're like, me. What are you willing to invest?
Okay.
And they're like, I gotta spend some money? I'm like,
spend some money, yes.
Yes. It takes money to make money.
Make money, yes.
So you mean to tell me you won't spend $100, $200, $300 on yourself to make $4,000 or $5,000? So you say you want to make $200,000, $300,000. Or ask people, you want to make $200,000, $300,000? Yes, but you won't spend $300, $400 to make $200,000, $300,000. Make it make sense for me.
Because it pays you. It's gonna pay you back. Your kid will pay you back.
It's going to pay you back. And I'm like, okay, so you really don't want to make $200,000, $300,000. That's what you just told me. I remember when I was it's a lady by the name of Crystal Wright who was amazing. I remember years ago she was having a class and she was going to be coming to Detroit, but it was going to be 4 months later. And I'm impatient, okay? I'm working on it. So she was coming to Chicago. So I didn't have the money at the time. I borrowed it. This is how bad and how hungry I was. I borrowed the money. I flew to Chicago, got me a hotel. Mind you, I borrowed the money. And I bought everything at the class. The very next year, because remember, I sold into my own career, right? The next year, I was working in the industry.
Come on.
Because I invested in my career, and it paid me back.
Every time.
So you gotta sow into yourself. If you want something, you gotta go get it. It's not coming. It's not gonna knock on your door and say, "Hey, you know, here I am, success. I'm coming to your door." It does not work like that.
Yes or no, it's not gonna do it.
You gotta go get it.
Yeah, very much so. You gotta create the opportunity.
And you gotta be prepared for the opportunity that you want. It will. I have never had an opportunity that was not prepared for. I keep my set bag packed. I keep my kit packed because you never know when you're going to get a call. You prepare for the job that you want, not the job that you have. I'm like, okay, I want an Emmy. What do you think I'm doing? I'm preparing. I'm still taking classes. I'm trying to learn from the very best of the best so I can get what I want. I've already checked off a number of boxes, but there's still more boxes to be checked. You should be a student until the day you die. And when you're tired of being a student, it's time to roll over and die.
She says that all the time, y'all, I swear, but it's so true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too old to be a student. You're never too old to learn something. And when you get that old, and when you get that arrogant, it's time to stop doing what you're doing. Because I've been around some people, I'm the baddest. I was like, really?
Okay.
I've never met the baddest.
I've never met
You're patting yourself on the back way too hard.
Way too hard.
You're the baddest. I'm like, I think I've seen somebody badder than you. I think I know somebody badder than you. Pump your brakes, okay?
But no, respectfully.
I'm like, my best work hasn't been done yet. I'm still a work in progress. So I'm not going to be that arrogant to say I'm the baddest. That's a very arrogant, cocky statement to make. Because that means that you are above growing and learning. When you think that you have arrived, that's a very cocky statement. I'm not there yet. I'm still working on becoming the best version of myself.
And all the best people and the most successful people are still working.
Absolutely.
So it's
still growing and still learning.
And the ones that aren't, I mean, it starts to show over time.
Absolutely.
Because you get so cocky and arrogant and you just think you know it all, and it shows.
Yes.
And it shows.
Because you will start to deteriorate over time because you're not honing your craft. You should continue to hone your craft. I don't care if you've been doing it for 50 years. I've been doing this for 50 years. Okay, you better learn from somebody younger than you because you're starting to get a little stale. It's starting to look like 50 years.
Okay, it's starting to look like 50.
Yeah, them little curls right there looking a little old, a little dusty. You need to dust them off a little bit.
Yeah, you need to tune up a little bit.
You need a little tune up.
A little WD-40 wouldn't hurt
Right. So you might want to learn from somebody. So, no, you're never too old to learn, and you should always be trying to become a better version of yourself.
And she's not saying don't be confident in yourself.
No, not at all.
Definitely, you know, you can be confident in yourself and believe, yeah, I'm that girl, and still, you know, show love to the next person.
Absolutely.
And think like, you know,
you should be confident
too.
in yourself.
That's what it is.
But your competition should be you, not
very
the next
much
person.
So, yeah.
I don't compete with people. You know,
what you say? What's your quote you always say to me?
Which one?
She said, which one? No,
Yeah,
for real,
which
which
one?
one? You, something about staying in your lane. Because, what you say? Oh, I have it on my Instagram.
I've said so many things.
You said something about, it's run your own race. Run your own race because it's the only race that you can win.
Run your own race because it's the only one you're going to win. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and my other thing is, you know, I'm competing against me. I don't have time to compete against somebody else.
That takes time away from me.
Absolutely. I'm trying to be the best version of me. Trying to compete with you, that's just too much work. I'm not going to compete against someone else. I am enough work for myself. I'm enough competition for me. That's just too much stress.
Yeah, it's stress.
It's just too much
That's
stress.
too much stress, yes. Because when the time that you're spending looking outside of yourself and looking at what such and such is doing and how she did that and how she got that.
I can learn from you, and we should learn from one another.
Yeah, we should.
But competing against you in a negative way, it's not
beneficial to you.
No, let's learn from each other. Let's push each other up. Let's grow together. But I'm not competing to tear you down. I don't believe in people tearing each other down. I think it's just the worst thing that you can do. Yeah. If we can't build each other, you know, I don't have space for you in my life. I'm not going to be around people who refuse to help me grow. And if you're going to try to tear me down, you're useless in my life.
Yeah, you're definitely useless.
I won't waste my time or energy. I'm like, no way. It's bad energy for me, and it's just not worth it. Period.
Period. and honestly, just how you were saying, just about even not competing with each other, and we should be learning from each other. Like, that's something I try my hardest to push, especially like, you know, just in the beauty industry. Like, we have, I think it's just because we all slay, and we all like, you know, whether it's makeup or hair, like we tend to, you know, run into a lot of cocky arrogance, and it's to the point where, you know, some people don't be trying to help each other. Like, I know if you're a Mac girl, then you probably know, like, thank God my experience was great, but I know just stories over years of what I've heard. You know, you got some people that just want to play the mean girl in the beauty community, and they don't want to share or help, and it's like, well, I'm an artist just like you. Just let me, you know, pour into me and I could pour into you.
It's a sign of insecurity.
It is. It very much so is. And the older I got and the more like self-work I was doing and just the more reading I do, like the more I understand, like, you know, that is more so a self thing, you know, just I can only control me. But the people I have in my life when it comes to like beauty industry, when it comes to makeup artists and just within that lane, like a lot of my closest friends are makeup artists, like honestly, like, and we help each other. Like, absolutely. I swear, I might purchase a class and be like, hey sis, like, this is the login, like, oh, you can go ahead and check it out if you want to. Like, oh, such and such just dropped this course, or such and such is having a class. You think we'll be able to make it? Like, I know me and Sid, we plan like that all the time. Like, we plan to go to Houston and see one of our favorite artists just because she holds courses and stuff all the time. But in the whole, like,
it should be a sisterhood or brotherhood, but it shouldn't be where we're tearing each other down. And when we learn to build each other, it just makes for everybody to be happier people. I'm all for the community. I'm all for love, but I'm not for the drama. I'm like, and we are really the core of the 5 people that we hang around the most. We all make about the same kind of income. We have pretty much around the same kind of joy. We live kind of the same type of lives. And if you want a better circle, make sure you're around a better group of people. If you don't like the way your circle is looking, you need to change your circle. If they're not making you know, if their success level is low, if their energy level is low, you might want to change your circle.
That's true. It would definitely rub off on you. Okay, so we're going to list your hair specialties and makeup. I don't want to make you pick a lane, but what are your specialties? Like, what do you people know, like, this is what I'm about to go book her for? Like,
typically hair extensions.
Hair extensions. And so Miss Shereese, you do have a studio here in Dallas, Arlington area, DFW. So she does, are you still actively taking appointments, or you just?
I am right now.
So she's actively taking appointments right now, but in this industry, y'all, especially with working in TV film, we all know when we get that call, we gotta go.
Lanes change.
Lanes change. But the beauty of it, just being able to navigate all of these lanes and kind of just be versatile enough to do that is one of different skill sets on its own, but everybody doesn't do it. about career highlights. So what are some of your favorite like career highlights?
Gosh, one of my favorite moments was when I had an opportunity to do Patti LaBelle.
Oh,
that was one of my
you didn't tell me about that. Go get to spill it.
So this was, I'm a person who believes in speaking things into existence. So I was in Las Vegas doing the World Music Awards with Sierra. And me and Yolanda Fredericks, who is her makeup artist, we were actually talking earlier that morning. I had just read a book called The Tongue of Creative Force by Charles Chaps. And it was talking about speaking things into existence. And so that morning, I remember, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And I remember going to concerts where I would watch Patti LaBelle, and I was like, boy, I would love to do her hair one day. Mm-hmm. And that morning, I had read that book, and me and Yolanda was talking about Patti, and she was going to be doing her for a video. And I was like, I would love to do Patti's hair one day. And so that very night, I was doing Sierra's hair, and she was doing her makeup. And Tamika Foster Raymond was Sierra's stylist at the time. And she said she was styling Patti, and I didn't know that. And she said, she came into the room and she said, Shereese, Patti's hairstylist didn't show up. They can't find him. She wants to know if you would do her hair. And I was like, girl, stop.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, if you play, I'm going to be so mad at you. She's like, I'm serious.
You don't play like that.
No, don't play, right? So she was like, come on. So I got my shears, my razor and stuff, and went over to her room. And I normally don't groupie out for nobody, okay? I met a lot of different celebrities. And so normally nobody really phases me. But for whatever reason this day, I turned into a whole groupie. And so I had to gather myself. I got to the door. She opened the door. She said, baby, you gonna hook me up? And I'm like, yes. I'm a crybaby anyway. I was like, I'm looking at her, and I'm like telling myself, tears, you better not fall. You better not fall. Right. And so I was like this, fighting back the tears, right? And so we go in her room. She turns her back. The tears slid down my face. Thank God she didn't see it. So I told myself, you better put your foot in it.
Okay.
So,
you better eat it up.
So Derek Rutledge was in there doing her makeup. He's such a sweetheart. And he was like, you did that. So I went in there. I put my foot in it.
Okay. I love it.
That was a great experience.
I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I have so many great stories. I remember going to Bob Marley's house and his mother cooking dinner for us.
Girl, Bob Marley.
Yes.
Hey, Mom.
Yes. I mean, of course he was dead, but
I know.
to go and have his mom cook dinner for you.
Yeah, that is so amazing.
I mean, I've been to Michael Jackson's house.
Like, you gotta tell about
that. I got so many great experiences. I mean, meet Muhammad Ali and Stevie Wonder and just people, and Dick Clark, and I'm like, these were people that I grew up watching on TV, and to actually be in the room with them and in the studio with them, it was like, for me, a dream come true. Like, these are not moments you think that you would ever have in life, and to actually be there and experience it, it was like, wow, this could actually happen to a little black girl, you know?
Yes.
So these were just great experiences, and I'm like, I grew up in the projects in Detroit. And people would never think that you can make it from there to here. Mm-hmm. And so these were just great experiences.
Oh, that just warms my heart.
Yeah. I got some great stories. I mean, if I never do anything else, I've had a great career.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone from, like I said, from making no money to making over $360,000 as a hairstylist. That's pretty good.
As a hairstylist, yeah.
And traveling all over the world.
Yes, I know. If y'all go into Mrs. Shereese's house, well, that's whatever. But if you go into Miss Shereese's house, and she literally has like postcards, like in a room on a wall, just like surrounding the entire room. Like, mind you, a whole room. You know how many postcards. It's a lot to wrap around the entire room. But she literally has been so many places. I literally walk in there like, this is a dream, like, literally.
And it's just to remind myself of what's possible in life. Mm-hmm. And to remind other people, not for bragging rights, but to show that if it can happen to me, that it can happen to you too. So it's possible. It is possible for anybody who wants to put in the work and make it happen.
Because I'll definitely say, even like, but by the grace of God, Miss Shereese blessed me with the experience to be able to go and work on a Paramount set for a film or production. And it was very different from a lot of the productions I've ever been on. It's probably it is the biggest production I got a chance to work on, which I'm so grateful for, God.
More coming.
And literally just being in the room with, just people that have literally, in their craft excelling and like doing all types of stuff and being in types of rooms that you would love to get to. It is a different experience, and it's like everybody is just so like committed to their craft. They work hard, and it actually just rubs off on you, makes you kind of just want to wake up and be like, "Ooh, let me go and
go to the next level, right?
Like, what else I need to do?" Because I swear, just that one experience, like literally, I came back to Dallas like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, I need to get right with here. I need to do this for my kid. I need to all the stuff that's in my notes that's been sitting there. Let me get to working. But literally, to even think of the stuff that she has seen and been in the room she's been in her career, like that is an artist's dream. From makeup to hairstyling, like. I'm telling y'all, getting that mentorship program, but I don't have to. Okay, I don't gotta sell you, because if you serious, you know what's up.
Yeah.
But tell us about your hair and makeup journey. How did you get started, and what inspired you early on, like in your earlier days?
So I always wanted to do hair. I gave my first haircut when I was 6 years old. I gave my brother that famous Dalmatian dog haircut.
Girl, I don't know what I thought you were going to say.
I cut patches all over his head. Yes, I did get in trouble. I got my butt whooped. But it didn't deter me from wanting to do hair. So, yeah, I got a big trouble.
I know he was sad.
He had patches all over his head. I mean, he looked really like a little dog.
Did they have to shave him off?
Yeah, he had to go to the barbershop and get a haircut, because I jacked him up pretty
he probably
good.
came in like, what happened?
Yes. My mother was like, what in the world did you do? I gave my hair cut.
I thought I did good.
Yeah, but it didn't deter me. I kept on doing hair. I was the girl in the neighborhood. Everybody came over and I braided their hair. Everybody had braids.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was that girl. It was just always a dream of mine. My dream was to see my name wrote on the credits at the movie theater.
I love that.
And to work with celebrities. So it was something I always wanted to do. My mother wanted me to go to college, so I did go to college. I majored in computer programming.
What?
Yep.
What? I'm surprised. What?
And I love computers. I'm a computer fanatic, so I'm always on my computer. But I remember being in school and falling asleep in psychology class. I'm like, this is her dream. This is not my dream. I want to go to beauty school.
Period.
So I went for about 2.5 years, and I was like, I can't do this no more. Mama, I'm going to beauty school. And so I did. So I went to beauty school, and I was the annoying kid in school, always raising my hand up, asking 1,000 questions. Everybody would be rolling their eyes. Here she go again, asking another question.
That's me in class. Like, damn, what's she asking for again?
But I was like, I'm going to get my money's worth.
Right, okay.
All $2,106. It was like, and then when I go speak at schools, they're like, you only paid $2,001. I was like, girl, it was only $2,000, and I had to get a student loan, believe it or not. And now it's like $20-some thousand. I was like, what? Yeah, so yeah, I was the annoying one in school. But I told them, I said, that schooling that I got, most of them kids are not doing hair to this day. I took advantage of it.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Why is the conversion rate so high?
Because they didn't want it, and I did. I'm like, I'm doing something. I'm still in the industry, and a lot of them went because they thought it was just a quick way to make some money. But for me, it was a dream.
Yeah.
So
that always gonna set you apart too.
Right. It was a dream for me. It was something I wanted to do all of my life, and I'm still doing it. So and it made a difference for me. Some people it was just it's something to do, and doing hair is not for everybody. It is a skill set. Some people's like, it's just something to do. I'm just gonna go do hair. I'm like, no, it's a skill set. You know, it's not, you guys don't take it serious, but it is a skill set. So it's just, you know, it was.
I agree, and I feel like the same way with makeup as well.
Absolutely. You need to be an artiste to do makeup. It's not for everyone just because you think, oh, you know, you only have to go for a few months. You need skills to be able to do makeup. You need to have an eye, a special eye, to be able to see details. A face is a canvas, and you need to be able to see the dimensions on how to apply that makeup. And if you don't have that, you don't need to be putting no makeup on. It's just because YouTube is there, honey, that don't make you a makeup artist. Okay,
because it's you watching a heart-shaped face girl put on makeup, and you got a diamond.
Right. You got this big square or a pie face, and you're like, sweetie, that's not working for you. No, and those colors, did you look at the color?
Like, you did not.
That does not match your skin tone.
And I truly feel like, and that's so funny because like I said, I feel the exact same way with makeup, because even like color matching itself, I feel like that's a skill set.
It is. It's like, definitely a skill set.
Because I feel like I had to, over time, train my eye to see color. Thank God for MAC. When I got to MAC, I had a great team. Mm-hmm. Like, shout out Miss Tanya. I had a great team. And Nataskia, I had a great team that helped me train my eye to see color. Oh Lord, it's sometimes I didn't really mismatch people. And the thing about it was, how you say you were always a student. I was a student at the MAC counter, honey. I was always asking for opinions, not because I just didn't trust myself, but because I really wanted to hear a perspective from a different artist.
Right.
And they always have different ones. Like,
right.
But I learned so much just at that counter. But it is a skill set.
It is a skill set. And it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
So everybody doesn't need to pick up a brush. Everybody doesn't need a hairbrush or a makeup brush.
And it's fun, but like when we're talking about taking it seriously, that's a different level.
It's not a career. It shouldn't be a career for everyone.
Yes.
Just like being a computer programmer is not for everyone.
Oh yeah, because don't even.
Right. I mean, you need to choose a lane that you know that's for you. And stay in your lane. So yeah. Respect the license for sure.
Respect the license. I like that.
And it's a hashtag that we need to be using more often.
I'm about to use it. Respect the license. Oh wait, I'm a makeup artist. In the state of Texas, we didn't have to have a license to do makeup, so I don't technically need one. But for hair, respect that license.
Shout out to Autumn. Respect the license.
Our next question is, we kind of already did talk about it, but I do want you to kind of elaborate a little bit more. Why is it so important for you to invest in yourself and in your career?
Because, as I said, for one, it will pay you back. Your career will go to new heights when you invest in your career. Every single week, I invest in my career, and just about every single week, I get a phone call. It is sometimes baffling to me the amount of calls that I get because I invest in my career. I believe as a man sows, so shall he reap. If you pour into your career, you're going to get a harvest. So you can't expect to get anything with closed hands. Nothing's going to come back to you. So I have, at least 22 Foot Lockers of products and equipment. You never know what type of job you're going to get called for. It could be for a department head. It could be for a key. It could be for background. I'll do any one of those positions. It doesn't matter. You could be department head today. You can be doing background tomorrow. I could be working with entertainers. So I thank God that I know how to work all those different positions. And in different periods or different times in my life, there are certain times I want to take one of those positions. Sometimes I just want to do background, which means I have more time to myself and I can accept a job on the days that I want to work. Some days I want to be the department head because it gives me an opportunity to take control and I can direct that trailer and that movie in the way that I want it to go, and I can design things the way that I want them to be. So it gives you options, and sometimes I can be the key and I can help the department head to run that shift the way it can be and be very successful. So playing certain roles gives you really good opportunities. My next goal is to be able to get an Emmy. So that's something that I'm hoping to be able to, that's something I'm going to get. Let me put that in the atmosphere.
Okay, it's already ready.
Yeah, it's already done, okay? So look for that to happen, you guys.
Okay.
I haven't said I was going to do something and haven't gotten it yet.
I love it. Miss Shereese, I love you.
So I believe it's possible, right?
Okay, I love it.
Everything that I said I was going to do,
Indeed.
I've done because I believe that it can happen and I work for it. So I'm going to work for that, you guys.
I love it.
So if you believe it's possible, it's possible. If you put the work behind it and some action to it, hey, you can make anything happen. So I'm expecting it to happen. And I wake up every day, and that's another thing I do. Every morning I wake up and I pray. I always tell people, I don't believe in forcing my spirituality on anybody, but I'm not ashamed to share it at all. I'm a Christian and I'm proud of it. So I pray every morning. I always say, I feed my soul, I feed my mind, and then I feed my body. So I pray first, then I motivate myself by listening to different motivational speakers. I have some great ones that I love to listen to. Jim Rohn is one of my favorites. I listen to Les Brown. I also listen to some Christian authors as well. But I listen to a lot of different people to motivate my mind, and then I work out. I work this body out. So I will take different things that will help to get my body in shape. And then I go and I prepare myself for the rest of the world so I can share with other people. So how do you build up other people if you can't build yourself up first? So
that's good.
Yeah. So you got to make sure that you're ready for the world.
Sure.
So I take care of me first, and then I go feed other people. I always say, if you're gonna have a plate, you take a bite before you share with somebody else. So I always make sure I take my bite first, and then I pass that plate on to other people, and I make sure that they get something good to eat. So
I love you, Miss Shereese. Oh, Lord. It was so great to have you, Miss Shereese.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, I know they're about to enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
But y'all, like I said, all of the information for Miss Shereese I'll leave everything there from your email and stuff. You want them in there too, or you want them to contact you on?
It doesn't. I can care.
All right. So y'all put her email in there if anybody wants to email her, and then her socials. You can hop in her DMs. Miss Shereese is real open when it comes to questions and stuff, so don't be scared. Like, hop in her DM. She will reply to you. Okay? But y'all, thank y'all for joining us on Cat's Playground. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I love Miss Shereese.
I love it too.
But all right, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. So y'all have a good one, and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video. Share this with I'm going to challenge y'all. Share this video with somebody that you know is a hairstylist or a makeup artist looking to get into this industry, and that is serious. Share this with them.
Bye-bye.